So you think it's acceptable to go and try to remedy a person's patience ability just because it's too low? Well, let me tell you something, just what happens when you try to do that and you don't know what's really wrong with it. I mean, that person could easily feels hurt by some student who acts rather annoying. That just doesn't look good, because then they can't get better. And then they're not as able to manage situations with young people of disability who have weird issues. I mean, some people, who have ever probably seen how a helpless, nonverbal person slaps his face and then starts bawling. Chances are, with a patience that's lower than 80%, they'll probably end up shouting out the Lord's name about it in a school and then just be asked to be sent home for that. I can tell you right now, that does not look good. And I'll tell you, it's not right at all. Sometimes some of those people who've had to deal with arrogant others, people, who on the bus who shout out incessantly, it gets to a point where they often end up shouting out, calling them dirty names in front of people just to make them knock it off. It's what anyone with a patience level lower than 80 could do, and probably wouldn't be able to handle siblings or other children or other people with disability with arrogant attitudes either. You wouldn't even be able to handle yourself in volunteering in a nursing home or living in an adult family home. Because the thing about the residents in a nursing home is the majority of them are helpless. They do not have a lot of control. And so with patients that's just even a percent below 80, that person handling them could scream over what happens and go and run as fast as they could. It's kind of like Asperger's syndrome, where people suddenly act like that so fast. And it usually ends up happening with some other person of disability who's helpless and brain dead and just doesn't stop. And then people often end up causing injury to a child or a helpless person of disability who causes trouble in the job. That's kind of what happens when people try to handle things that aren't their job description, because that other person does things wrong and then they end up having to pay the liability. Police end up getting involved too much, having to take somebody away from the situation too fast, and then if convicted, they could possibly be on parole from being around people with disability or children for life. And of course, the adult family home could end up going out of business too because of liability in situations that some people just totally neglect. I mean, neglect is a bad thing, not a good thing. Gotta keep that in mind. It'll always end up with this black and white striped person silhouette that you see right there, and that would not look good for anything. I mean, now take a look at the motions of these steps right here. Just think about what it would be like to have to put up with someone who just thinks they have a right to mess with people consistently and never listen to their situation. It's like having to wait at a toll booth for someone who's not ready consistently. That does not look good. That is so bad. Because just think about how it eventually frustrates people the way that happens. It just keeps repeating. Eventually people get mad, and people are ignorant enough, they just simply deny people from things as though they can't handle the situation. I mean, that's not right. Nobody can really put up with that, and I think it's unfair that they can't have any way through things just because they can't do stuff. I mean, you can't let somebody down. See, if you leave this to the person who does the repairs, like the neurophysicist raises them, there's more safety from getting hurt by students who act rather annoying, and there becomes more able to manage situations with young people with disability who have weird issues, and then they have a better chance of handling siblings, other children, other people with disability who have arrogant attitudes. They're more able to handle yourself in volunteering in a nursing home and living in an adult family home. You wouldn't be as likely to cause injury or getting the police involved, or even having to. And then you'd probably get to keep the adult family home in the business for as long as you like. But here's something I want you to understand. Under no circumstances is it acceptable to make somebody practice waiting or for things that aren't ready and just waiting for preparation when there just isn't time for that. I mean, when we have to kind of get to work with things at a specific time, it's very important that it goes immediately. We can't play those stupid games and make someone else look guilty over that. It's not their fault they can't wait. I mean, they didn't do anything to do it. I mean, you might as well give up on trying to say only if you let it, because that's just an illusion. It's sick. It means nothing. It's useless. It just doesn't do anything unless someone is already in trouble as it is.